Here's the one thing that every single leader, I mean, revenue leader that I've ever worked with in the last 7 years has complained about, but very rarely fixed. I mean, every single one of them without fail. Ready for it? You think you know what it is? It's not having enough time. That's it. Struggling with time management, not knowing where they're going next, really trying to figure out how do I get more time back in my day. And it's funny because they all know that they have this problem, but then they just roll into the week continuing with that problem, which to me is crazy. So here's two things that I recommend you do as a revenue leader. One, find ways to buy back your time. Now, the only way you're going to be able to do this is by listing out all of the jobs to be done, not the things that you're currently doing, but actual jobs to be done in your role that help to deliver on the outcome, which is revenue. List them out and then pick out the things that disrupt those, right? So here's something that I did. I got a cleaner. I mean, it sounds so simple, but I buy back 3 to 5 hours of my time every week. I charge £500 an hour for my time. I'm getting back a lot of money for that. What's that? 2.5 grand, something like that, right? Every week. The next thing I'll say you do is get more comfortable at extending trust. The better you are at working closely with your team, your revenue team, your peers, and understanding where their strengths are, understanding where there may be more opportunities for them to take ownership of things, understanding where they may have some weaknesses so you know where you need to show up. The better you get at that, you'll be able to figure out, okay, so where can I extend trust, which gives them more accountability, which by nature makes them feel like they need to over deliver to maintain that trust so you get your time back. So here's what I do and what I have done with someone in my team, just more recently as well. So I know that they have a desire to learn a particular skill. I have zero desire to learn that skill, but that skill is something that's going to drive a particular outcome for my company. So what I've done is said, hey, I'm going to give you 10% direction. I'm going to give you permission to own this and make mistakes as long as it's not a repeated mistake so that you can learn faster and take it off my plate. And I've been doing that consistently for the last 9 months and it has worked a treat. I've done it in previous roles with junior reps as well, where I've been leading a team and the senior leadership's like, what are you doing, Hannah? And I'm like, I promise you, they're gonna show up. They're going to deliver. And they do, because there's something that happens with trust. Once someone gives you something and says, don't worry, you can do it. I believe in you. Go be great. You'll figure it out. They immediately think, oh, maybe I can. If they think I can do it and they are relatively ahead of me, then I must be able to do it. And then I'm going to do it. So I would encourage you, if you are a leader and you're like, oh my gosh, I never have enough time in my day, get the jobs to be done detailed. Get those detailed, like literally write them down. Don't say, oh, write them down. Identify the things that you should be doing, not the things that you are currently doing, and then figure out at what points they get interrupted. Like how many times in the week have you not been able to do those because of something else, another commitment that's come up? And then look at your team members, look at your peers around you, even if it's cross-functioning, and say, what have I seen them try to do? What have I heard them talk about? What have I seen that they're really good at? And offload that to them. You should be focusing on the business and not be too much in the weeds of the business. It's something that I had to learn the hard way when I was in the weeds and didn't realize that actually my overarching strategy was crumbling a bit because I was just in the detail, doing the work, building sequences and playbooks and running coaching sessions and all these things, which is great. It made me really good at that. But what it means is that over the top of things, it was a little bit fragmented. All right. So I hope that is useful. Okay. 2 things: extend trust, jobs to be done, and what's disrupting them, and then offload them. All right. See you soon.